guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for this video I'm going to be doing a festival inspired makeup look. I know that it's becoming closer to that season, so I thought why not create a fun festival look for you guys to recreate and to try out at home. I wanted to do something fun and something a bit more colourful on the eyes and keep the lips a bit more neutral and really focus on the skin, because when you go to a festival you sweat and you get very oily and you have a lot of sun hitting your face, so you want to make sure that your skin is on point and that nothing budges, that nothing moves, and that everything looks lovely for when you're taking pictures, because you're going to be taking a lot of pictures, so you don't want no flashbacks, so you want to be wearing the right foundation and so on. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the red button down below, and also follow me on all of my social media, so my Snapchat and my Instagram. I'll also leave a link down below for you guys to catch up on all of my social media. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say, and let's get straight into the video, guys. So I'm going to start off by prepping my lips. I already filled in my brows and moisturised my face, only because it takes me ages to do my brows and I think it gets boring and repetitive, and you see me do it 100 million times, so I thought I'll skip that step for now. And I'm going to start off with my lips, and here I'm using the Papaya Gold Pore Moisturising Bar. Okay, so I'm going to start off by prepping my eyelids, and I'm going to be using the Fit Me Concealer by Maybelline, and I'm going to be placing a small amount on my eyelids. Then I'm going to buff that out with this Zoeva brush. This is the concealer buffer brush. Okay, so now I'm going to set my concealer, and I'm going to be using this Makeup Geek shadow in the shade Peach Smoothie. I'm going to be placing this all over my eyelid. So for our transition colour, I'm going to be using Makeup Geek's Creme Brulee, and I'm going to be placing this all over the crease. Now I'm going to go in with this beautiful turquoise shade, and this is called Shark Bait, also by Makeup Geek. Now I'm going all over the eyelid. The reason why I like to start off with the crease is because it just allows me to create the line on where I want the shadow to go. And then I can just buff it all in without having to focus on blending it out afterwards. It's just a quicker way to get your eyeshadow on smoothly and quickly. Grabbing a dark turquoise, this is Time Traveler, also by Makeup Geek. It's just a more intense and a more darker turquoise shade, so it's going to create a bit more of a shadow in your eyes. So I'm going to grab the same brush, and I'm just going to be placing this more in the crease. As you can see, it's much more darker, so we're not going to use too much of it, just kind of enough to create a shadow and a contour within the eyes. Now I'm going to be grabbing this glittery turquoise shade by Makeup Geek. This is called Mermaid. Look how beautiful that looks. It's so pigmented and it's going to complement this look so well. And for that I'm going to be grabbing this flat brush. This is by Zoeva, and it's the Luxe Smoky Shader brush. Now I'm just going to clean the outer corner up with a Q-tip, and I'm going to be using some micellar water just to wet that ever so slightly, and then create a cat eye effect going upwards. You can also use sellotape or sticky tape or stuff like that in order to keep it straight, but I just kind of like to wing it. And then with the dry end, I just kind of brush it off. Okay, now that our eyes are done, I'm going to be moving on to my face, and I'm going to be using two primers, and they're both by Giorgio Armani. I've used them both before previously. So this is the Giorgio Armani UV Master Primer, and then this is the Giorgio Armani UV Maestro Primer. So I thought that they were the same thing, but they're not. They're very different and very different in consistency as well. So I'm going to start off using the Maestro UV and placing 2 drops because I don't really like to use too much. And then I rub it in between my fingers just to warm up the product slightly, and then pat it. I like to use this mainly on my cheek area and on my forehead, not so much on my T-zone because I don't think that this is amazing for oily skin, but I do think that it's very good for heat protection, especially for being in the sun for a lot of hours, because when you're in a festival or in a carnival, you're going to be out and about for a lot of hours and your face is going to get a lot of heat. So this has SPF 50. You need to make sure to use some form of heat protecting on your face, whether it's in your foundation or in your primer. So in this case, mine's going to be in my primer, and this is SPF 50, so it's very, very high coverage and it's going to be amazing to be in the sun all day long. And then I'm going to be mixing it with the other one, and this is a sample size, so that's why it's small. I'm still testing it out to see what I feel, and I'm going to be placing this mainly on my T-zone. So now I'm going to be moving on to my foundation, and I'm going to apply it with a new product that I bought recently. I think this is pretty new. This is the silicone blender by Katie. I'm going to be trying out her silicone blender. I have used it twice already, I'm not going to lie. So much more hygienic than a beauty blender. I use less product, probably 10 times less product than I would with my beauty blender, and it slides on so well, so smoothly. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And for foundation, I'm going to be using my Ride or Die Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I like to start off in the center and then kind of just spread the product on and then just buff it in. Now I'm going to be going in with concealer, and I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 20, I think this is. Using the silicone blender again, I'm going to be just patting out the concealer. To get into those inner corners, again, I just bend it slightly. Now I'm going to be setting my foundation because I don't want it to budge all day long, and I'm using this powder by Smashbox. This is the Halo Hydrating Perfecting Powder in the shade Medium. To bake, I'm going to be using, of course, the Beignet banana powder, and I'm going to be using the same silicone sponge, and I'm just going to pat that into the powder and then placing that under my eyes. Now to contour and bronze my skin, I'm going to be using the Hoola Benefit Bronzer. Now I'm just going to be brushing off all of that baking powder. I'm going to be highlighting my face, and you guys know that I like to prep my highlight before I put on my powder highlight. So I'm going to be using my trusty L'Oreal True Match highlighter in the shade Golden Glow. And now I'm going to be using Champagne Pop by Becca. I'm also going to be using this as my inner highlight and my brow bone highlights. This is by Real Techniques. Going to be buffing out a bit more of that turquoise shade on my lower lash line. This is just going to balance the look out. Because we are going all out on the eyes, I think it's just right to go neutral on the lips, and I'm going to be using this lipstick by MAC, and this is Blink Tea. And to top that off, I'm going to be using this gloss by NYX. This is in the shade Fortune Cookie, and it's one of my favourite lip glosses. Now I'm just going to be finishing off my hair, make it more festival-like, and I'll be back. So guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun makeup look. I wanted to do something different because I thought for a festival or for a carnival, why not go all out? Why not do a bit of colour? And this is what I decided to go for. If you guys are going to any festivals or going to Coachella this year, do let me know down below. I would love to know and hear all about your experiences. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!